Good morning, everyone. To those of you who are in Europe, and to those of you who are in Asia with us, a very good afternoon. We're really excited to kick off this session today because this is our first introduction to mentors, and this is the first time we are having mentors as part of our program. So this is very, very special for us, and I hope it's special for you as well to be the pioneer mentors for the ASAP ClassNet community. With that, let me quickly introduce you to the agenda of today's session. So we will have official welcome remarks both from the Asia Europe Foundation and Open Education for Better World. And then we will, of course, get to know about the project and then the mentors, as well as participants, very briefly about the participants' profile as well. And then we want to introduce you to the project ASAP ClassNet 17 that is addressing the topic learning about AI and learning with AI, as well as the mentorship program and what it includes. And then we'll have a very brief question and answer session. And then, of course, we want to give you a chance to break the ice and get to know each other. And for that, we will go to the hangout rooms. Before we begin, a few admin notes. Please mute yourself when speakers are speaking. And when you need to speak or you have a burning questions, you can raise your hand during the session, and then you can unmute yourself. With that, so my name is Jyoti Rahman, and I am the Education Innovation Lead at Education Department of the Asia Europe Foundation. I'm here with two of my colleagues, so I invite Rekha and Angie to briefly introduce themselves.
Thank you so much, Jyoti. It's a pleasure to meet everyone. I will also say a couple of remarks to welcome you on behalf of the ASAP team. Angie, can you also say hello?
Hello, everyone. It's nice to see everybody today. Sorry, I'm still in the midst of meeting people.
No worries. Thank you so much, Angie and Rekha. And now we also have our team from the Open Education for Better World, Mr. Mithya Jarmol and Ms. Anya Polanjar. If you could quickly say hello as well.
Hi. Hello, and thank you for inviting us.
Thank you as well. It's a pleasure to have you both, Anya and Mithya. And now, of course, we want to invite both Rekha and Mithya to give you a welcome remarks and also to kind of inspire you about the mentorship program, as well as share a bit about their own remarks for you for this journey as well. So with that, let me first invite Ms. Rekha Tosha from Director of the Education Department from the Asia Europe Foundation here in Singapore. Rekha, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Jyoti, and hello, everyone. Very good morning in Europe and a very nice afternoon to all of you logging in from Asia. So very happy to see familiar faces from our previous ClassNet programs and very happy to see new faces as well as a result of our partnership with Mithya and Anya in the Joseph Stefan Institute and the UNESCO Chair for Open Technologies for Open Education Resources in Slovenia. So big thank you for signing up for this program, volunteering your time and energy to join us in this mentoring journey. Like Jyoti said, we've been running this program for quite some time, but this is the first time that we are engaging mentors. So this is also a new role with us, and we are very happy that we can pilot it with your help. And you were also brave enough to take up such a challenge. Jyoti will tell us later a little bit about the program more in depth. So I know some of you are very familiar with it because you yourself went through such a program last year or before. But for those of you who are not yet so familiar with the ASAP ClassNet program, Jyoti will tell us more. The key point that I want to share in this welcome remark is that it's really a platform that creates opportunities for teachers, but also for younger teacher trainees, younger teachers to meet and exchange and learn from each other, and hopefully also to collaborate to create new pedagogical innovations and new innovative pedagogy practices. So because of the nature of the program, you as mentors will face, I think, two key challenges, and I would like just to share two key points with you in this welcome remark that I would like to keep you in mind as you prepare for the journey and also start mentoring the participants in this program. One is the extreme diversity of participants and contexts that we're gonna have in the program. You will see that the participating teachers are coming from 39 different countries from Asia and Europe. That means they bring a huge intercultural diversity with themselves in terms of the customs, the traditions, the accents, the language the English, how they speak it, but also this intercultural diversity will show up how the school system is organized, the age groups they are teaching, when are the summer breaks, study breaks in the different countries. And not to mention the challenges of the time zones. Our program will work across 9 different time zones, so sometimes it's also challenging to translate this correctly. So be mindful of this fantastic intercultural diversity, and while enjoying it, also try to manage it as mentors. But the group, the participants, will be also diverse in other different ways, such as interdisciplinarity diversity. You will find that there are many different types of teacher in this group. There could be language teachers, STEM teachers, ICT teachers, and they will be paired up in very different combinations. So you might find yourself with a team that has very different, that has teachers who are representing different disciplines, and it might be also a challenge to find the common denominator and the common language and the common project that they can work on and think about. And the third type of diversity that I noted down is going to be the intergenerational diversity, because the group of teachers who will be participating in this project are also covering a huge age range. We will have trainee teachers in this project who are still studying to become teachers, or they are doing their traineeship right now. And we will have teachers with more than 30 years of experience in teaching already. So just be mindful of the intergenerational diversity as well, and cultivate environments where they can feel safe and exchange and come up with new ideas. So first point on diversity. And then the second point is about the learning journey that I wanted to share with the mentors and encourage them to keep in mind. That yes, we will work towards a very concrete end product, an innovative teaching practice that can become an open education resource after the project. So it's something very concrete, but the most important for us is the journey, how we get to this end product, and that the participants find this learning journey and innovation journey rewarding. And we really count on the help of the mentors to embrace curiosity, to encourage teachers to explore new methodologies, technologies, to be brave to experiment and to question their traditional practices and dare to try new things. We also count on you, mentors, to share your own personal experience, because you will also bring a wealth of insights, knowledge, and not just on how to innovate, but also how to overcome obstacles and how you can help your team as well to do the same, and how they can think about AI and this very sophisticated topic in a way that connects to their own environment. So these are the two key messages, welcome messages from our behalf. Very happy to have you here, and in this journey, please keep in mind the diversity and the learning, the importance of learning journey. And thank you so much again for signing up to this and helping us with this project. Thank you. Back to Jyoti.
Thank you so much, Rika, for such a warm and encouraging welcome. And now it's an honor for us to have Mr. Mithya Jarmo as part of this program. He's the UNESCO Chair for Open Technologies for Open Educational Resources, also known as OER, based at the Joseph Stefan Institute in Slovenia. Mithya, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jyoti. Hello to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. So we work in that kind of frameworks and projects for years now, and we know how difficult it is to actually set up everything ready, in particularly when there are different time zones involved. But essentially, so who we are and what we do, I am the UNESCO chair, and I have several colleagues around the world, UNESCO chairs that are dealing with the open education, new practices, open education resources, plus a large global community of experts. So this is there already from 2000 on. And so people are actually looking at how to influence and how to try to change the educational practices, educational systems towards something that is actually there, and that would be global community, multiculturality, plus, of course, various new technologies coming across, especially, particularly the last period, the AI. So we are working extensively in, not just in projects, but also in setting proper frameworks, policies, recommendations, concrete programs together with UNESCO, together with the European Commission. So we are involved in all these high-level initiatives as well, in order to set up the proper environment for teachers to explore and to do new things in the classrooms. So it's not intention of whatever we do to direct, but to help teachers and students improving educational practices, and in particular the change, as I said, educational system for the better, because we think, and we are aware that teachers are the one who are running the show in the classroom. So those are the one we need to help, not to direct. And in most cases, in particularly, if you talk to teachers right now, it's, they are afraid about the new technologies, about new things are coming across. And in particular, if you look at the younger generation, the students that are more equipped with the new technologies, this is certainly a problem in the classroom. So this is why this is essentially important of what we do. So and teaching is a hard job, and certainly it has to be, learning has to be fun, challenging, inspiring, not must and desire. So students, should be sad when leaving the class, and not hardly waiting to the class to be over. So we learned in the past that there is no recipe. So it's just good practices, sharing and learning by doing. And this is why we are involved in this kind of such kind of a programs like Open Education for a Better World, like the Answer for ClassNet, which we are presenting right now. Various sharing communities like Open Educational Consortium, Dynamic Coalition on OER. So all these mechanisms are there for you to explore. And all these mechanisms are there because they want to engage people who want to get help and want to participate and want to be active. So as you will learn later on, presentation by Anya, Open Education for a Better World is the mentoring program, which we started 5 years ago. That involved already more than 300 mentors. So we have quite a good overview of, a lot of experience and overview about good and bad practices. And certainly this is something that we would be sharing. And in particular, if you are, and we will be involved in same communities, that would be very nice and very good to do. So since, as I said, the role of the mentors is not to direct, is actually to help. So the program runs like mentors being there to help developers, teachers, when developing programs and when developing new practices. Helping would mean that you are there whatever there is a call. It's not just that you would be a famous professor, which happened quite sometimes. So that is a famous professor saying that, yeah, I'm the mentor, but I only, have time here and there, and maybe, I would be helping you sometime. But this is not the issue about mentorship. The issue about mentorship is really to work together in the project and be, at the end, happy when there is a result which is meaningful for someone. Even for us now about AI, so we do research and developers. We are researching and developers of AI. So you see that I have the logo of the International Research Center on AI under auspices of the UNESCO. Even for us, we are hardly coping with all the new developments. So don't be afraid to use, test, and also fail. There are many new opportunities arising every day, and we are still exploring them as they happen, and you will be exploring them as they happen. And So this is why sharing is so important. So whatever you come across, you see that it makes sense, it's useful, just share, just bring people aware of how these things can be used and why are used. So there are several discussions which are important, and we should be discussing that as well in the mentoring program, in particular, including other aspects, not technology, which would be ethics of AI, legal frameworks. But there is one which is essentially important, and this is responsible use of AI. And responsible use of AI is personal, is not something that can be regulated by legislation. It is personal. It really has to be taught. You really have to be grown with this ability to understand what are the good and what are the bad elements of AI. And here, I applaud you to put a lot of focus on understanding how the responsible use of AI can influence classroom and can influence education. So you are mentors. You will be here to help, and of course, if you are teachers, so please, do what you are expecting from your students. So explore, play, experiment, share, get engaged, ask, come by, be critical. So there are emails, you have contacts. Just ask. Whatever you are seeing that you are getting into an obstacle, you have doubts, just ask. We will be more than happy to answer. And there is a huge community, as I said, of mentors with disability and understanding of what are the current status of AI. So all together, I wish you an excellent workshop, a lot of interesting discussions. And of course, I hardly wait to see you all in person and hopefully in some joint projects as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mitya, for setting the scene with inspiration, as well as for highlighting why teaching is important and the support mentors could give to be better teachers, as well as the topic on AI and why it's important today for teachers to embrace as well, with an open mind, as well as a critical mind as well. Now, we are excited to introduce you to the project. So for most of you here, luckily you are ASAP ClassNet alumni, either from the faculty collaboration project or the school collaboration project. So you already know about the project. However, we also have new mentors who are not part of the ASAP ClassNet community. Hopefully, from this, information that we are going to share, you will have an idea and understanding about the project. So first, a big thank you to all of you, as Mitya and Rekha just also shared their gratitude to you for support. We are really excited and happy to welcome you on board. So among the mentors, in total, we have 42, and there is still, we might have 1 or 2 more, but this is the number for now. And you come from 23 countries, from Asian and European countries, and among them 9 Asian, and the rest are from Europe. And we have a lot more female, and 31% male only, which is not too bad. Previously used to have 50-50, but I think for next cohort, we should do better in terms of gender balance. And now the teachers that you will be mentoring, of course, we have 2 tracks for your information. We have a self-learning track, so they don't participate in the full program. But here we also include them because they are our participants for the whole project. We have about 300. We are still finalizing a few of them. And 224 of them so far are full program participants. So they will be the one that you will be mentoring. In total, we are hoping for more than 100 teams. So very exciting. And they come from 39 countries, as Rekha shared earlier. And then very luckily this time we have equal Asian and European representation. So 20 from Asia, 19 from Europe. And again, it's pretty much the same like the mentors. We have more female participants than male participants. And now a little bit about our organization, the Asia Euro Foundation, where Rekha and G and I are based. It was created in 1997, and it's an intergovernmental not-for-profit organization and based in Singapore. We have 51 member countries that also include the European Union and ASEAN Secretariat. And of course, the mission was to facilitate bi-regional knowledge exchange in Asia and Europe and peer-to-peer collaboration. And among all of our projects, the ASAP ClassNet project is one of the projects that really focuses on peer-to-peer collaboration. And the area where we work, they are across 7 themes: culture, education, governance, media, public health, and sustainable development. So we are currently, the ASAP ClassNet project is part of the education team and based at the education department. And so the ClassNet project, for those of you who don't know, it's as old as our organization, was launched in 1998, quite some time ago. However, not the same project. It has been, we have been innovating the project almost every year, especially since last 5 years or so. And in Asia and Europe, through this project, this is the only secondary and vocational education network for educators coming from all the Asian and European countries that are our members. So far, we have reached 2,000 plus teachers and 35,000 plus students through our teachers. And we have had 430 collaborations between educators from Asia and Europe. And ever since introducing innovative teaching practice as part of our action learning program back in 2022, we have 75 innovative teaching practices. And this year, we are hoping for more than 100 innovative teaching practices. And why we have the ClassNet project as part of the education theme? The key goal of this project is to facilitate and foster intercultural connectivity in Asia and Europe. So of course, you come from different countries and different cultures, and through your work and by working together with you, creating an opportunity for you to collaborate with each other, we want to foster intercultural connectivity. And as part of this project, in terms of knowledge building, our core aim is to build awareness. And mainly we target contributing to building digital competencies among teachers who are part of this project. And all in all, of course, ASAP is an international organization as well. So our goal is to advance international efforts through partnerships and collaboration, but of course, based in Asia and Europe. And as part of our work, we highlight and prioritize quality education. So that's Sustainable Development Goal 4. And for this project, ASAP ClassNet 17, we are working on the theme learning about AI and learning with AI to contribute to improving the Sustainable Development Goal 4 and quality education across schools in Asia and Europe. And now I welcome Ms. Anya Polander to introduce Open Education for Better World, also known as OE4BW, to share with you about the organization as well as some key remarks as well. Anya, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much for inviting us to have this opportunity to present the program. So I would like to tell you more about how the project started. It started in 2017 after the Second World OER Congress that was held in Ljubljana, Slovenia. Then Professor Tanja Urbančič from University of Nova Gorica and Mitja Ermol, who is UNESCO Chair on Open Technologies for Open Educational Resources and Open Learning at Jožef Stefan Institute, developed and managed Open Education for Better World International Mentoring Program. So what is the program about? Now, next slide, thank you. Next, yes. So the program is about connecting creators of educational modules with mentors, so experts who are volunteering as mentors. And what we are searching for new open modules and resources, so unique content, or to upgrade existing open modules and resources, or to create auxiliary material, such as assignments, quizzes, video lectures, slides, or to translate existing open educational resources, but this material shall be connected to at least one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals by United Nations. Okay, and what we were searching for in this year. So the topics we focused on were displaced persons, sustainability, education, health and well-being, artificial intelligence also, and youth. So how does the timeline of the project? We start with the call for developers and for mentors. This is open usually in September. It lasts for a month and a half. Then we evaluate the applications, and the selected projects get paired with mentors on the base of time zones, of course, and on the base of content of previous knowledge. Then the project start with kickoff meeting, which usually takes place in January. Then developers and mentors work together bilaterally. They meet every week or every 2 weeks. It depends. Then the midterm meeting is organized usually in spring, in April or in May, to see the feedback, to see how the progress is going on, if a new knowledge shall be added, and so on. And then the final event, called EduScope, is organized usually in September, October, so that we give developers and mentors enough time to develop an OER. So the final version of Open Educational Resource is then presented at the final event. Next slide. So I would like to tell you something about the development of the program. It started in 2017 with 14 developers and 27 mentors. Then the next year, the next slide, please. The number grew to 35 developers from all over the world. Then the next year to 80 developers. And then next year to more than 100 developers all around the globe. You see, we have all the time zones. It's a global program. And then in 2022, it was 63 projects, but people were working in teams of 3 people also. Yes, okay, then next slide. So because so many people are involved across time zones, because there is so much diversity and and so on, we decided to work in hubs. At first, we had regional hubs, North and South America, then Europe and Africa and Asia and Australia. But then we saw that also topical hubs have to be included. So, for example, you see Hub Computing, Hub Online Teaching, and Hub Youth. What is Hub Youth about? This was introduced 3 years ago. It's about younger generation, young people from 12 to 24 years old, developing educational materials by young people for young people. Okay, so then next slide. So in 7 years, more than 400 unique open educational resources have been developed in scope of the program. And these are mainly lifelong learning courses. They are massive open online courses, open textbooks, websites, and so on. So a lot of content, a lot of OERs during these 7 years. And then next slide, please. And these are all the mentors we were working with in scope of 7 years. So around 250 mentors from all around the globe. We also have a lot of diversity, multiculturality, interdisciplinarity, and yes, it's been amazing. And next slide, please. And these are the developers. More than 250 developers in all those 7 years of the program. We are very glad we have such diversity and interdisciplinarity, multiculturality in our program. Next slide, please. So this is a picture, a photo from EduScope in 2022. This is the final event. It was organized in a hybrid form, partly in the premises of University of Nova Gorica in Vipava, Slovenia, and partly on the MeTeam platform, on the platform that is run in Slovenia. And the energy in those events is always very exceptional. It's a great atmosphere always, and so much knowledge sharing and so on. So really, it's a great experience. And now next slide. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to present the program. Please, if you would like to know more, this is our website. Then our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. And this is my email. Please, if you're interested, write us anytime. I would like to tell you that the new call for developers and mentors will be open in September 2024. But now please check our social media accounts to see what is going on. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And now back to Jyoti. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anya. Thank you so much for such an informative presentation on Open Education for a Better World. For our mentors, so this is a program run by Anya and Mitya that is based in Slovenia as part of the Joseph Stefanen Institute. And as part of this ASF ClassNet project that we are running from the Asia Euro Foundation, we are honored to invite mentors from OE, Open Education for a Better World community. So those of you who are from this community, a big thank you to you as well for being part of now the ASF ClassNet community. And now the ASF ClassNet 17 project, what are you doing and what is your role as mentors? So first of all, to help you understand our project a little bit better, as part of the ASF ClassNet project, we have 2 tracks. So one track is we call the school collaboration because it is for teachers, who are teaching as a full-time teacher in secondary, high vocational schools in Asian and European countries, and also trainee teachers who are currently studying to be a teacher in a school in the future and currently studying in university as part of the Faculty of Education or a Department of Education in an university. And then we have faculty collaboration. Faculty collaboration is for teacher trainers, academics, as well as researchers who are working to support educators at the secondary education level. And they are based in mainly at the university's faculty or Department of Education. However, they are also, as part of our program, based in or come from Ministry of Education associated or national teacher training centers or academy. Both of these programs run in a hybrid format, which means it includes a virtual phase, it includes an on-site phase. So it starts with the virtual, and during this virtual capacity building session, mainly we hear from experts, and then the participants, they build knowledge about the topic, and because one of the goals that we have is raising awareness and building the knowledge on thematic area. So that's what we do mainly during this phase. That is part of something we call self-learning because they learn on their own from the expert. And the next one, we call it peer-to-peer learning. So for school collaboration, it's known as the team learning opportunity. For faculty collaboration, this is something called cross-faculty dialogue. So through dialogues about each other's institution, they get to know from their peers. And then final stage is the action learning, where they showcase the project and activities that they have worked on and designed. For school collaboration, that's innovative teaching practice. Also, in short, we call ITP. And for faculty collaboration, those are called collaboration and action proposals. And of course, the hybrid stage, it's only for those outstanding participants from both tracks who successfully complete it and produce excellent results as part of their collaborative work. And now, because you will be mentoring the school collaboration participants, I want to go a little bit more details into this school collaboration track. As I just said, there is a virtual stage. We also call it the capacity building stage. It's running this year from April to July. So the first self-learning session, so the first welcome session will kick off on 24th of April. And then as part of this, for the virtual phase, there are mainly 2 phases, self-learning and team building. Team building and team learning. So in this phase, what we do after they complete the self-learning, they will be paired in a team participate in team building activities. If you want to learn more, please do check the program on our website. We can also share with you later. And during this phase, they will be working together with the mentors to design their innovative teaching practice. And after that, the phase is a bit separated from the virtual stage, because whoever goes to the hybrid implementation stage, this year we are doing it a bit differently, will be those who, as I said earlier, produce outstanding innovative teaching practice, because we are aiming to make this innovative teaching practice open education resources together with Anya and Mithya, with Open Education for a Better World, so that other teachers who cannot be part of such a program can take inspiration and improve their teaching as well. And for that, we will have a conference. At the moment, we are planning to go to Manila, Philippines for the conference. So now, as part of this mentorship program, as I said earlier, you come from 2 different tracks. Some of you are ClassNet alumni, and some of you are Open Education for Better World alumni. And of course, you are going to be our pioneer mentors. So we are really counting on you and also waiting to support you in any way we can to make this a successful mentorship program. And the key reason for introducing this mentorship program is, I think those of you who are our SF ClassNet alumni, you will know that when you are working on your innovative teaching practices, sometimes you needed help, you needed direct help. So to facilitate that process better, to support you better during your ideation phase and during your design phase as well, we introduced this mentorship program so that there are support and motivation to keep you engaged throughout the program. Not you, our participants engaged throughout the program. And as we are aiming to make the ITP open education resources, we want to improve the quality and strength. So we need, extra set of eyes to review the ITP and then make sure that they are of very good quality. And then, of course, we want to encourage the mentors to effectively implement, encourage our participants to effectively implement their ITP. For that, we need support from the mentors so that they can advise them depending on the type of ITP that they are mentoring and reviewing. The key idea for that is that we have really effective ITP that improves our participants' teaching practices, as well as other teachers who are taking inspiration from them, their teaching practice as well. So for that, we are really relying on your strategic advice. So here, as part of your mentorship program, to prepare you, we wanted to have this training phase. So today we are very happy to welcome you. And then we will have a few sessions. Hopefully all of you had time to look at the program. We will have one session on artificial intelligence and education. So to give you a platform to understand the key concepts and the foundations and areas that you need to be aware of to mentor the participants. And as we are aiming for open education resources, creating open education resources, we will have one session about what is open education resource and what are the processes, what does it involve. And as mentors, one key role that you have is giving feedback. So for that, we will have a session about the art of giving feedback and how to be a good mentor, or how to mentor effectively. So for that, we will have one session as well. And after that, after the training phase is over for you, then you will embark on getting to know your participants. So there will be some sessions where you will, some of them are voluntary, but some of them will invite you to join. And then there will be 2 different phases in terms of ITP. So you will provide the ideation support. And then during the team building, team learning phase, you will lead mentoring session with your mentees. And then you will give also feedback depending on the work that they are producing. And I already briefly mentioned about the on-site conference. It's in Manila, Philippines. And at the moment, it's set to take place from 11 to 15 November in 2024. Apologies for the mistake. And of course, our partners are Philippine Normal University, also known as PUNU, Aston, Archive, who are our partner for the last conference, and OE for BW. And of course, in terms of joining, it's depending on our resources, as well as depending on the work our participants produce. It's very competitive. We have to highlight that. And for mentors who can come to the conference, so it really depends on active and effective mentoring of your mentees and your mentee team successfully completing the innovative teaching practice and the quality and strength of the designed innovative teaching practice by the team that you have mentored, and of course your commitment and support, because we will do an evaluation and feedback with our participants, and we will also ask them about their mentors and how was the mentorship for them as well. So depending on that. And one key thing to note is that if we invite a team to the conference, chances are we will also aim to invite the mentor as well. So it really depends on the success of the team you will be mentoring. And now here, I think it's good to pause for a while if you have any questions so that we can answer, and then we will go to the breakout room to get to know each other. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that here we can, if you have any questions at this point, any clarifications that is needed, then we can help you understand the project better or any areas that you want to understand better. You can raise your hand or you can unmute yourself and then speak. You can also perhaps turn on your video when you are speaking, and I highly encourage you to turn on your video in the breakout room so that it creates a warm environment for you to know each other. Any questions? I don't see any hands raised.
Okay, Jyoti, then I will have the first to break the ice. So how many will be in the mentoring cohort? 3 or 4 teachers, colleagues?
Okay, so as usual, our key goal is to have a pair. So one Asian, one European. And currently we will be having about 100+ teams. So if you remember during your registration process, we asked you how many teams are you willing to mentor depending on your capacity. Some of you selected 3, some of you said 1, some of you said 2. So it will really depend on that. For example, Jyoti, if you are mentoring 3 teams, so you will have a team of 6 people. And you can decide how you want to mentor. It's up to you. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, Alanka, please.
I was wondering whether we could change the number of teams that we, for instance, at the beginning, before knowing actually the whole program and the process, maybe we could change. I said, for instance, that I could mentor 1 team. Maybe I could do it 2 teams or 3 teams. Could this be changed in the process?
So the original idea is that if you only want to mentor 1 team, we will stick to 1 team so that we can also support mentors. We don't want to, give you more work than you can handle on your plate. However, those of you, let's say, who said they can mentor 3 teams, but initially, depending on our numbers, we might give you 2 teams. However, we might, give you a heads up that if anything changes, there is a chance that you might be able to, we might request you to mentor another team. However, we have a timeline for that. So we will make sure we will communicate those timeline through our email updates. So from time to time, we will be sharing the updates with you as we go through the program so that you are aware and updated about the progress as well. So for that, yes, so that's how we are at the moment planning to do it. But we are set not to change too much because it will affect the flow. So we will have a changing period, but after that, it's all set. And of course, there are rare cases, but we will see what happens. Yes, Fernando.
Yeah, good day, everyone. I would just like to ask, when are we going to be assigned with our specific group of teachers? Because I'm thinking, will we be assigned basing it from the topic that they are proposing, so that at least we can maximize our expertise in supporting them, or we will be randomly assigned?
Thank you, Fernando. Very good question. So first of all, for mentors, when we assign, right now we are at the final stage of selection process. And of course, after that, we have to wait for their confirmation as well. They will have to do registration. So once all the registrations and everything is done, they are on board, then we will start the allocation process. Because you see, there is a self-learning phase and then team building is starting a bit later. So we have some time. to go back to your the second point about the expertise, at the moment, the way we are designing it, because for example, let's say you are teaching in Vietnam and you have a better understanding of the curriculums in Vietnam, school culture, teaching and learning culture in Vietnam. So chances are that we will pair you with somewhat similar background so that you can support better, because in that way, you can understand the challenges teachers have within their school context and within their teaching context as well in terms of the subject. So in terms of the pairing, yes, it will be very much, it will depend on the relevance, geographical relevance, as well as the subject expertise as well. However, as you know, our each team have Asian and European teacher, right? It's not just all Vietnamese teacher in one team. There will be, let's say, maybe a Vietnamese teacher, a Portuguese teacher. So in that case, what we will do, we will also try to look into the subject expertise. However, our key goal is to look into, in terms of if you are teaching mathematics, chances are you will have teachers who are teaching math. So that's the primary criteria, first of all. Do you want to add anything, Rika? Did I miss anything? Okay, good. Any other questions? No? Okay, I think everybody is excited to get to know each other. Let me quickly read the chat because I see a lot of messages. So hopefully I haven't missed any questions. Okay, I think these are just comments. Anyways, okay. Some of you indicated that you have to leave because of your classes. We understand, but hopefully you will get to know your peer in another time. So right now, I'm going to create breakout rooms. But before that, I want to quickly share my screen again because we have some instructions for you. So here, when you go to the breakout room, we'll have 3 breakout rooms. Rekha will be in charge of one, Anya will be in charge of one, and I'll be in charge of one. So we want you to introduce yourself in 30 seconds, not more than that. Please be mindful about the time because we want to hear from everybody. Name, country, and of course your profession, because some of you have very interesting profession like filmmaking. So it's interesting for others to know that as well. And also your motivation for mentoring, why you want to mentor, and what is your unique mentorship skills or technique. So with that, does anybody have questions, or I can stop sharing my screen? Okay, so please remember this. I will also copy, I'll also try to type them in the chat box in case you forget. So with that, I'm opening the breakout rooms. We don't have a lot of time, so our goal is to finish it in 10 minutes. Let's see how it goes, and we'll really appreciate it if you can stay back in case we go over time. But the goal is not to go over time. I'm opening the breakout room now. Okay, welcome to the main room, everybody. Hopefully you had a lovely 10 minutes of getting to know each other, and throughout the program, you will get to know everybody. And now if I can request everybody to turn on their video if you are comfortable so that you can take a group photo. Let's see, I think we have everybody. So I'm going to count to 3. Actually, no, I invite Rika to count in Hungarian.
Okay, then we count to 3 in Hungarian. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Yeah.
Okay, I took 1, and then we have a second page, so we'll take 1 more. Give me a minute to save it. Sorry, a few seconds to save this, and then I have it. Okay, the next one.
And smile again. 3, 2, 1. And Jyoti, click the button. Yes?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
good.
got it. Thank you so much, Eka. Okay. Now, I'm going to quickly introduce you to what's coming next. And those of you who are in my breakout room in room 3 or have already met the speaker, Robert, he's here today. So very quickly, I'm going to share hopefully everybody can see my screen. So our next session will be on open education resources, and we have the speaker from the UK, Dr. Robert Farrow. He's research fellow at the and Teaching Innovation, part of the Learning and Teaching Innovation Center at the Open Education University in the United Kingdom. And it will be on Tuesday, as usual. All the trainings will be on Tuesday, 16th April, between Singapore time, 4 to 5 p.m. and European summer time, 10 to 11 a.m. And since Robert, you are here, do you have any advice, or do you like to say a few words about your session, if they need to prepare anything, or I don't know, any inspiring remarks, for example?
Sure. So you don't need to prepare anything in advance, and the session will be designed with the assumption that people are coming at open educational resources completely from scratch, right? So you're completely new. But I will take you through kind of what open educational resources are, what you can do with them, and how it touches on wider debates around knowledge management, power structures, these kind of things. And also on a more practical level, kind of what you can do with open educational resources, how it might relate to your own work, and give you the ability to do new forms of collaboration or generate impact around your work, and these kind of things.
Thank you so much, Robert. With that, thank you so much for being here today. And we apologize that we went over the time a little bit, but I think we really appreciate that you stayed. And enjoy a very good evening in Asia and a very good day in Europe. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.